Trojans. Josh Andrews before their matchup and another top 25 team today when Spring Arbor comes here to Odell Arena. Well, let's go back to Tuesday. Biggest win of the year, potentially. Best performance of the year, potentially as well. You knock off previously undefeated and number 5 Marion at their place. What did you think about the team's performance?
Yeah, we had 9 guys, who got playing time contribute our entire team in terms of preparation and just level of engagement. All 13 guys just all over it, and very proud of them. They've been resilient and fun to coach, easy to coach that way. They come back and try to get a little bit better every day, and those things came together on Tuesday. We had some big bench contributions that put some life into us early in that game, and then we were able to maintain a lead and take care of the basketball to a level that got us a win.
They came in not scoring less than 92 points the entire year, held them to just over 70, and it would have been under 70 except for a couple late buckets. But I think the bigger thing is you guys dominated the glass. They have 2 6'10 guys. Kasunlal is a crazy athletic 6'10", 6'11 guy. They were the 4th best rebounding team in the country, and you guys held them below 30 rebounds in that game. What was the reason for the success on the glass?
Yeah, one is our guys are hungry to go get the ball off the glass. So some of that's in recruitment and in just, like mentality of what we want to feed. But then commitment to scout prep and how we wanted to defend. We kept the integrity of our matchups on most of their actions and contested shots. So then when they let it go, we know who we're boxing out. We're matched up to box out. We get guys out of the play, and we were able to celebrate that. In review of film, which is guys getting big-time box outs, and then let guys who go get it off the glass go get it. And that was probably the most important stat of the game.
Big performances all around, obviously, but the three that stood out to me were the shooting from Evan Crow and CJ Pena, and the all-around performance, particularly scoring, going 6 of 6 from the floor, was James McLeod. What type of pop did those three guys provide, especially in Evan and CJ, two guys that have been struggling to find their shot from deep?
Yeah, their contributions were huge, and I would give as much or more praise to guys that are finding them, making extra passes, allowing the ball to move on the perimeter. We had numerous possessions where they had to guard multiple actions on each side of the floor. And when you're playing a team that skilled, that athletic, that long, your first attempt down the floor, they're going to defend really well. So you have to get some movement and get them off balance, and our guards made that happen. And then those guys just capitalized off of it. They found them in rhythm, out of sets or out of action. And then those guys just need to shoot with confidence. They're all capable scorers. You know that. Certainly a guy like Evan Crow, and he's got some great games left in him. We're going to see a great version of Evan Crow down the stretch of this year.
You look at today's opponent in Spring Arbor, their biggest loss from a year ago is they lose Maidendorp to graduation. He was one of the top shot blockers in the league. He was super bouncy, he was super long, and a tall fella as well. So they don't have as much size down low in the past. How has that changed how you try to defend Spring Arbor both offensively and then try to attack them defensively?
Yeah, they do some different things schematically with him being gone, but they still bring back their engine in Paul Marindet, who's a load to guard. And then what I like about their team, what I think they do so well, and credit Coach Cottingham and their guys, their maturity, is they know how they play, and they play that way. And they've had early season success because each guy knows their role. They know they value each other in the way they play. They're free with the basketball. They'll make you pay in transition because they're going to make the extra pass. And they play together as a team. They're just a tough group of guys, and that'll make for a great matchup today because we want to pride ourselves on playing that way as well.
Two teams with a lot of guys that can make a lot of shots. Could this thing get into a shootout here this afternoon?
I hope not on both sides, but we'll, the game, we were talking this with our guys yesterday, Rick, and we've done this 6 years now. You know this in this league. Comparative scores mean nothing. How we did against one team and then how they did against another team and then bring it together as conference continues to develop, it really just doesn't mean much. Each night is its own battle. Sometimes these games can really be a grinded out one possession game, and sometimes it's a shootout. And, hey, if we could script it our way, we're going to get a lot of stops and we're going to take care of the ball and get high percentage shots. But we'd like to be on the winning side of the scoreboard, no matter the style tonight. But it's going to be fun.
Well, Josh, in our previous 5 years here, every game it feels like we should just set the clock to 2 minutes and 68 points and let everybody play it out and save everybody an hour and a half between Taylor and Spring Arbor. Maybe we'll get a shootout today. Who knows? It could be a lot of offense. Good luck today.
Thanks, Rick. We appreciate it.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise, At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce.
As we have already played the national anthem prior to today's women's game, we will not play it prior to this contest. And now for today's starting lineups. First for the visitors from Spring Arbor. At guard, 6'2" senior from Middleburg, Michigan, number 4, Ty Hamilton. At guard, 6'1" junior from Warsaw, Indiana, number 11, Paul Maryland. At guard, 6'2" sophomore from Midland, Michigan, number 20, Peyton DeWitt. At forward, 6'6" sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 23, Brandon Burnell. And at forward, 6'6" junior from Shelby, Michigan, number 30, Jeff Beckman. The Cougars are coached by Ryan Cunningham, he's assisted by Brandon Bach and Jim Brown. And now fans, get on your feet for the starting line for your Taylor Trojans. At guard, 5'10" junior from Hamilton, Ohio, number 13, Ryan Robinson. At guard, 6'1" junior from Tipton, Indiana, number 15, Mason Cole. At forward, 6'5" freshman from Miamisburg, Ohio, number 24, Jason Hubbard. At forward, 6'7" senior from Witt, Illinois, number 25, Jake Hickler. And finally at forward, 6'4" sophomore from Lawrence, Indiana, number 31, James McLeod. Your Trojans are coached by Jeff Andrews. He's assisted by Glenn McDowell and Kyle Steele.
So the starters for both sides. Taylor comes in with a 3-6 overall record, but they're coming off of that win over previously undefeated number 5 Marion on their home floor this past week on Tuesday. Spring Arbor comes in, they are 10-1. They are riding a 9-game winning streak. That's the longest winning streak in school history. Their only loss of the year was at then number 7 Cornerstone, an 80-72 setback back on October 26th. We're going to try and put our camera up a little bit with the couple rows occupied by our baseball team and the rest of the Taylor students down below. It'll be Beckman and Hagel in the jump. The Trojans win the tip, and they have the opening possession going from left to right in white. SAU opens up into man-to-man defense. They're clad in blue with yellow numbers and white letters. Taylor in the all-whites with purple letters and purple numbers. Hagelin goes right in, a right-hand hook shot, and a quick score for the big fella, Jake Hagelin, over Brandon Durnell. Good start for Jake. He was just 2 of 5 battling against the 7-foot Kassoon Law in the win over Marion on Tuesday night. DeWilt drives to the paint outside to Hamilton, far side to Marindet. Down low to Durnell. He's guarded by James McLeod. Durnell spins baseline right through contact. That one dances off the rim. Then he'll get his own miss as he went through traffic to get to it. Durnell with the miss, but he gets his own rebound. And here's Marindet, the all-league performer, guarded by Jason Hubbard. Far sideline in front of the Taylor bench to DeWilt. 19 to shoot for SAU. Their first possession. They go from right to left in new blue uniforms this season. Marindet drives, steps through, kick out, lefty 3 right wing, and SAU's in front on the 3 from Peyton DeWilt, who came in at just 25% from three-point range. So both teams score on their opening possession, and Taylor goes back from left to right in white. Degenkolb guarded by Marindet. Durnell switched to him after the screen. Robinson floats it left elbow extended to Hagelin, guarded by Beckman. Outside to Robinson. No 3 try there. 2 defenders collapse on the dynamic Robinson. Hegelin, mismatch on Durnell, puts that left shoulder in, right hand hook shot too strong off the back iron, and it's rebounded by Beckman of SAU. Hamilton galloping up the right side of the floor, and an off-ball foul called against someone for Taylor. It'll be against James McLeod as he was trying to make life difficult for Durnell, who was cutting through the paint. First on James, first against the Trojans. 90 seconds into the opening half. SAU with the ball, they lead by 1, 3-2. Hamilton fakes on the catch, got into the paint, jump stop, it kicks out to Durnell, who runs through the screen and then deals off to the far sideline to DeWilt. Left-hand dribble, driving on Robinson, spinning back. His shot might have been blocked by Hubbard. It was tapped and then corralled by Robinson. Here comes Ryan, galloping up the middle of the floor, angle to the right, up top to McLeod, then back to Robinson. Driving around the screen, hesitates and gives off baseline left to Hegeland. 3-2 the Taylor deficit. Hegeland has the only two, drives in, muscles in, missed the right hook shot short, and it's rebounded by Beckman. A good move by Hegeland, just too short on the shot. Here comes the other way. Marendet shot, no. Hegeland jumps over everybody and hauls it in. Robinson just sees blue shirts in front of him. He'll slow it down and then veer off to his right. McLeod around the arc, near sideline. Degenkolb, Hamilton guards him. Degenkolb gets right into the paint. Jump shot over Hamilton for 2. First field goal for Degenkolb, and Taylor back in front by 1, 4-3. 2.5 into this opening half. Number 23, Spring Arbor against Taylor. DeWilt had a 3. Near side, Marendet. He'll measure a 3. Hubbard chases him off the arc, and Marendet scoop. No good. He started 0 of 2. He is their best player and their leading scorer at 16 tonight. Taylor with the ball up by 1. Robinson. Head screen, double teamed up top. McLeod coming off of a perfect shooting night on Tuesday. Robinson, deep 3. Short off the near side rim, and there's another rebound for Beckman. He has 3 here in the early going for SAU. He's actually out-rebounded Taylor by himself. And then Durnell got behind the Taylor defense and lays it in for an easy 2 to put SAU back in front by 1. And a 30-second timeout taken by head coach of Taylor, Josh Andrews, as Josh was not happy with how the defense got back for TU. We'll pause momentarily. Taylor down by 1. Early going, just over 3 minutes into this opening half.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Taylor with the ball out of the 32nd Trojan timeout. They trail by 1, 5-4 after the Durnell layup. Robinson, as Emmanuel Boitin has come in for the Trojans, replacing Hegeland. Boitin has it, baseline left. Beckman turns and defends him. Up top, Boitin to Degenkolb around the screen, trying to turn the corner, baseline left. Cut off by Beckman. Degenkolb backs it out with 11 to shoot. He attacks the right hand, tucks, kicks out to Hubbard. A contested 3 from the right side is short. Hits off the rim twice. And there's another rebound for Beckman. That's his 4th. And we haven't even played 4 minutes yet. 1 point advantage for SAU as they go from right to left, trying to extend their win streak to a program best 10. And then Beckman will fumble the ball away as he tried to give it off to DeWilt. Now Robinson is off to the races, into contact, off the glass, halfway down and out, and Hubbard hauls in the miss for TU. He'll wrap it around, and then Robinson cut down the line, down the near sideline, and then Hubbard threw it to where he came from. So 2 subs coming quickly here for the Trojans. Pena now following Boitin. Nick Welch in for SAU. Luke Barber comes in for SAU as well. Barber is the younger brother of new Taylor baseball pitching coach Justin Barber. So the whole Barber family here, Justin and his wife and the kids, sitting across from us behind the SAU bench. Here's his little brother. Barber was hot on Tuesday, going 4 of 4 from deep. Durnell guarded by Pena, right block, almost knocked out of there by Hubbard. Hubbard and Durnell got it back. They work it down low to Welch over Boitin. Set shot long, and there's both Boitin and Pena, and they clean the glass like Windex. Taylor on the near sideline, down by 1. Just over 4 minutes into this opening half, Robinson had it go off of his foot, but then it was kicked out of bounds by SAU after a good poke in there by Spring Arbor. It's our first media timeout. A fun one here to start here from Odell Arena in Upland, Indiana. 5:41 to go in the first. It's number 23 SAU 5, Taylor 4 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
A little over 4 minutes into this opening half. Number 23, Spring Arbor, leads by 1, 5-4. Neither team has led by more than 2 here so far today. No changes to either 5. Going into the media timeout. Robinson, far sideline for TU as the Trojans shoot on the basket to our right. Quick hedge out on the speedy Robinson. They spin around the arc. Pena fakes a 3 and goes up top to Degenkolb with 9 to shoot. Down the lane, floater over traffic, right through the cup for Mason Degenkolb. He's our first player to get more than 1 bucket this afternoon. He's got 4, and that puts Taylor back in front by 1 on a nice floater from the former freshman All-American. Marindet has started 0 of 2. Hubbard guarding him. Marindet got to the baseline right. Left-hand dribble, left side high. The pass comes to Welch. Boatin defends. Welch down the left side lane to Durnell inside the arc against Pena. Right-hand hook. Catches the back rim and dances off, and Hubbard will tap it to the near sideline, and it's another rebound for the freshman out of Ohio. Taylor with a 1-point lead. Degenkolb into the paint, scored the last time down. He leaves a little short shot short, and it's rebounded by Luke Barber for SAU. Marindet far sideline. He's got an 0-2 start, trailing Barber 3, left side of the rim. No. Pena for the rebound for Taylor. He has rebounded well over the last few games for the Trojans. He found his shot on Tuesday. He'll give it to his freshman classmate Hubbard, and Jason travels with it as he tried to get around Luke Barber. 2 more subs in for TU, Vincent Miranda and Evan Crow, to replace Ryan Robinson and Jason Hubbard. So the Trojan 5 are C.J. Pena, Mason Degenkolb, Emmanuel Boatin, Evan Crow, and Degenkolb, Miranda, Pena, Boatin, Crow. I thought I said 5, then I had counted 4 in my head. Welch, Barber, Hamilton, Marindet, and Durnell, the 5 for SAU. Marindet trying to post up the taller Crow, block left, jets one up top to an open Hamilton. Straightaway 3 is short. SAU normally a good 3-point shooting team at 41%. They're 1 of 3 to start, and Hamilton a dead-eye shooter in his own right. Taylor with the ball, still leading by 1. Degenkolb hesitates and gives up top to the near side of the floor in Miranda. Right free throw line, Boatin back to Miranda. Marindet denies a catch-and-shoot 3. Crow puts it on the deck. Up top, Boatin measures a 3 and hits it from the right side circle. Emmanuel Boatin hits just his second 3 of the season, and Taylor takes a game-high lead, 9-5. On the big fellas driving through. Hamilton jump stop. That one will go off Taylor's shoes and stay here with Spring Arbor as Hamilton tucked that ball in the crook of his arm and leapt down into the paint and then fumbled it out of bounds with pestering defenders around him. Marindet and Durnell exit. They're replaced by DeWilt and Beckman. So 2 starters on, 2 starters off for visiting Spring Arbor, down by 4, looking for their first basket in a long while. Desperately trying to get it in is DeWilt, and he gets it in just before the 5-second call came. Welch backing down. Boatin head fake going up and under, and then his shot is recycled by Emmanuel Boatin. Evan Crow pulls down the miss. Far sideline, Miranda crossing over to his left and spins beautifully. Miranda throws it in as he goes whirling in from the left side of the floor, and he gets the foul. Woo! Look at Miranda go. Now to complete the and 1. 3 of 4 is Vincent from the line this season. And it will just spin off the rim. So Taylor up front, up top, 11-5. A 3 from Boatin and a pirouetting layup by Miranda. He defends Barber, who brings it around the arc. Degenkolb almost poked the pass away from Hamilton, and then Mason got a little too physical on the Hamilton attack. First one on Degenkolb, second one against Taylor here in the half. Daniel Cluster comes in for SAU. First time we've seen Cluster today 6'11" freshman out of Michigan. And Marindet back in there as well for Spring Arbor. They replace Hamilton and Welch. And here comes Hagelin back in, size for size. Jake at 6'7", 250. He'll go against the 6'11", 235 cluster. 6-point Taylor lead. They've scored the last 5 in a row coming out of that media timeout. They've actually scored 7 in a row after falling behind 5-4. Pena comes in, almost knocked it away from the big fella cluster. Good ball movement around the arc here for SAU. Marindet quiet over Crow, short. He's 0 of 3 to start, and rebound Crow out to the galloping Miranda. He'll slow things down on the left side of the floor. Crow guarded tightly by Barber. High right side, Degenkolb driving on to Wilt, stops inside the free throw line, out to Pena, kicking around to Crow, around the arc, crossing over is Miranda. Driving in, jump stops through 2 guys, and lays it in with the left hand. Miranda, a lot of sauce here in the opening half. Look at Miranda weave and scoop and score. 4 in a row for Miranda, and Taylor forces an SAU timeout, leading 13-5.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Vincent Miranda cooking with gas right now. He and Degenkolb have combined for 4 points apiece. They've outscored SAU by themselves with the Trojans up 13-5. SAU has not scored in an eternity. And Beckman trying to change that off to Marindet. Crow pestering him on the perimeter left. Up top to Barber. Miranda prevents him from getting a look at 3. Down low to the big fella, Cluster. Pena helps. Cluster right-hand hook. Nope. Degenkolb missed it. It was Hagelin the challenge, and the rim continues to remain shut here for SAU. Robinson crossing out to Pena. He'll fake a 3 and get inside the arc. Into the air, floating to Hagelin, who had to jump up and get it. Saves it from going out of bounds. Robinson fakes a pass, and he'll dance on the baseline right. Now he crosses over. He's dancing with it. He flips it outside to Miranda, who almost put Marindet on the floor. He almost scooped it in, and if he made it, this place would have gone nuts. Crow trying to let him go crazy, and his 3-point shot is missed. Evan gets his own rebound out to Hagelin, and Taylor will reset in the half court. If Miranda spins that one in, we need a new roof for Odell Arena, and it just became a convertible. Goodness. 11:50 remaining in the first. All Taylor right now. They're shooting 50% from the floor. Robinson crossing over. 8 to shoot. Hagelin over the shorter man and banks it in over Beckman. Hagelin with 4. Miranda with 4. Degenkolb with 4. Boatin with 3. There's your Taylor scoring. And the Trojans lead by 10, 15-5. So they try to knock off their second-ranked team in a week. Marindet, left side circle inside the arc. Crow right up in them. And they'll get Evan for the reach-in foul, and that brings the Taylor fans down below us out of their seats in frustration and disagreement. First on Evan, third one against Taylor here in the half. DeWilt out, same thing with the big man Cluster. James McLeod returns for Taylor. He replaces Pena. Excuse me. So it's Barber, Durnell, Hamilton, Beckman, and Marindet, the SAU 5. The Trojans counter with Miranda, McLeod, Crow, Robinson, and Hagelin. There's Crow with a block on Marindet, who continues to struggle finding his shooting touch. 0 of 4 start for the former first-team All-Crossroads League selection, Paul Marindet. And Crow got a piece of his shot there. 14 to shoot for SAU. They're down by 10. They have not made a basket in an eternity. Barber turns and fires and swishes it from the right corner. And that ends a desperate long scoring drought for Spring Arbor as Barber turns and rainbows in a long 2. Cuts that Taylor lead down to 8, 15-7. 11 minutes to go here in this first half. Marindet closes. Robinson weaves around him, steps back, fadeaway, 18-footer, clean for the sauciest man in Odell Arena, Ryan Robinson. Back to a 10-point Taylor advantage, 17-7. Marindet trying to get into Crow's body. He'll have to deal it outside to Durnell. Around the arc, Hamilton. Miranda collapses on him, doesn't let him get a look from 3. Hamilton drives, cut off at the arc, just inside the free throw line, and Beckman knocks down the jumper. After going scoreless for multiple minutes, back-to-back hoops here for SAU. They're back down by 8 with 10.5 to go here in the opening stanza. McLeod, a handoff to Miranda. Around to Robinson, high left side. Barber defending him. Miranda, or maybe it's Robinson, jabbing, firing, scoring right over Barber. 5 in a row for Robinson. There's his first triple. And Taylor takes their largest lead of the afternoon at 11. Marindet tried to get into Crow, gets it back from Durnell. His floater through traffic, banks it in, and finally Marindet gets his first basket after missing his first 4, and Beckman will flex for him. Second one on Evan. A pretty head fake there from Marindet, who's very crafty. Got into the body of Crow, then hung in the air and put it in off the glass. Marindet, a 74% free throw shooter. Now has over 1,100 points in his career. And he will complete the and one. So 3 for the junior. The Taylor lead down to 8, 20-12, as Hamilton will apply pressure on Robinson to the backcourt. Now Marindet will guard him. Taylor around the arc, far side of the floor, as they go from left to right and white. Robinson has scored Taylor's last 5. Shimmying on Marindet. Robinson drives, spins, trying to go up and under. Right-hand shot, good again for Robinson. He's got 7 in a row, and he is just taking it right at Marindet. Taylor back in front by 10, 22-12, with 9:34 and counting to go in the opening half. Barber far sideline in front of the Taylor bench. SAU clad in blue. Marindet fakes left, goes right out to Barber. 3-point try, short. Rebound, weak side, tapped away by Hegland, still loose. Robinson will save it back to the floor, right to his teammate Miranda. 12 points for SAU in the first half. Taylor up by 10. Robinson has scored the last 7 for the Trojans. He wants to make it 9 and does from the right side of the floor. 9 in a row for Ryan Robinson, who is cooking right now. Taylor up 24-12 with less than 9 to go here in this opening half. SAU shooting a dismal 29%. The Trojans well north of 55. Off-ball foul. Hubbard will call it against the Trojan freshman for battling with Marindet too aggressively down low. First on Jason. 5th one against Taylor in the half. And Degenkolb returns for the Trojans. And he'll replace Vincent Miranda. Shot clock resets to 20 for Spring Arbor as Marindet will deal it in baseline right. Quickly to the hands. High right side. Hamilton. Wanting to go to Marindet, posting up against the taller Hubbard. Marindet up top to Barber, around the arc, far sideline it goes to Hamilton. Left-hand drive, trying to go up and under on Degenkolb, and Hamilton traveled with it. Good defense there by Degenkolb. 8:40 to go here in the opening half. Taylor shooting a blistering 58% from the field. They're 2 of 5 from 3. SAU a dismal 28%. Robinson, Hegelen, McLeod, Hubbard, and Degenkolb to Taylor 5. Degenkolb top, picks it up. Left side high, Hegelen gives it right back to him. Head of steam for Degenkolb, stops baseline left, fadeaway, 12-footer. Just a little bit long, but a good-looking shot there from 15 and white. Marindet goes galloping all the way to the front of the floor in 4 seconds. Down low to Durnell as no one was able to find him as everyone was trying to stop the ball in Marindet. Back to a 10-point Taylor lead. Durnell on his second field goal, he's got 4 with 8:06 remaining here in the opening half. Robinson left side, high middle screen, Hegelen. Guys it back to him. Robinson flips it outside, far sideline to Hubbard. Driving on Barber, right-hand scoop will hit the bottom of the backboard, and here comes SAU the other way from right to left in blue. Marindet inside the right side arc to Beckman, trying to back down Hegelen. Beckman way outside the arc to Marindet. Left-hand drive, Robinson tried to draw a charge. Marindet walked through, Taylor screams for a travel that won't come. Shot was missed near side by Barber, and Hegelen's there for the weak side rebound for TU. Still a 10-point Taylor advantage. They've led by as many as 12. And then Beckman comes in and throws his chest into Robinson. And Beckman gets called for the foul. Marindet really upset, yelling something over at his own bench. He steps over and has a conversation with one of the officials. Taylor ball out of the timeout. 7:32 to go in the opening half. Taylor leads number 23 Spring Arbor 24-14 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
.7:32 remaining in the opening half. It's been all Taylor. They lead SAU 24-14. They've led by as many as 12. The Trojans shooting 52% from the field. SAU shooting at just 30. They were below 30 for most of this opening half. Bad pass by Miranda trying to find Degenkolb. There is Taylor's third turnover of the opening half. Hamilton quickly up the floor, attacking right into the paint. Goes up around Degenkolb, and Mason might have gotten the block there. Emmanuel Boitin has come in along with McLeod, and Emmanuel came down with a rebound. So it's Boitin, McLeod, Degenkolb, Miranda, and Hubbard, the 5 for TU. Near sideline, Degenkolb. Marandet guards him. Left-hand dribble. Degenkolb won't take the right side screen. Step back, 18-footer, clean, right over Marandet. Tough one for Mason Degenkolb. That's back to a 12-point Taylor lead, 26-14. 6:53 and counting here in the opening half. Marandet down to Durnell. Size mismatch against McLeod, who flopped trying to get the charge. He won't get it as Durnell puts it in for his 5th and 6 points. Big bump there for Durnell. McLeod read it, but then went down a little bit too early. They will not give him the credit for trying to draw the foul. Taylor the other way in white. They go from left to right, leading by 10. Degenkolb scored the last time down the floor. Before that, it had been 9 straight from Ryan Robinson, who's currently getting a breather on the bench. Degenkolb with 7, weaving in, jump stop, tried to wrap it around to McLeod and couldn't find him in time. Out of bounds, and the ball goes back to SAU. Nick Welch back in for the 23rd ranked Cougars. He replaces Jeff Beckman. SAU normally a good free throw or three-point shooting team at 41%. They are just 20% today, 1 of 5. Taylor 2 of 5 from long range. 10-point deficit for SAU. Durnell takes the handoff, and now he hands it off to DeWilt, who had the 3 to start this game off for SAU. Hamilton falls off the ball, gets back to his feet, and Welch will give it to him near sideline. Hamilton around his screen, jump stop, free throw line. Marandet outside the arc, fakes and drives on Hubbard. He goes in, and they get Taylor for the reach-in foul. And they'll say a shooting foul here for Marandet as he went driving down the lane. That'll go against Hubbard. That's his second, and a tough one there for the Trojans' best wing defender. Second on the freshman Hubbard, 6th one against Taylor in the half. And Hubbard had the tough assignment of defending Wes Stowers, one of the top scorers in the Crossroads League on Tuesday. He held him in check, limiting Stowers to just 8 points. But it looks like Hubbard's going to have to come out here with the 2 personals. Marandet's first free throw hits the front rim and rolls off. So Hubbard exits. Robinson will come in to spell him. Hamilton checks out. And Connor Cunningham comes in for SAU. The head coach is today Ryan Cunningham in his 20th season. He's also the athletic director at Spring Arbor. Taylor led by Josh Andrews, who's in his 6th season. Marandet missed the first free throw short. This one goes in off the back of the rim. 4 for Paul Marandet, and it's a 9-point Taylor lead, 26-17, with 5:54 to go here in the opening half. Cunningham guards Robinson. High left side, Miranda inside the paint. Nice ball movement down low. Boitin finds McLeod as all 5 Trojan players touch the ball before McLeod put it in from the right side of the hoop. Beautiful ball movement there by those in white. Taylor back in front by double digits. They lead by 11. Now it's Miranda to defend Marandet. DeWilt trying to back down. Degenkolb goes in. Defense help comes from the Trojans. Durnell near side of the floor, trying to back down McLeod. He storms in, into contact. Shot will hit the glass and roll in for Brandon Durnell. He's got a team-high 8 of their 19. And Taylor's lead again down to 9 as subs wait at the scorer's table for both teams. DeWilt trying to guard Robinson, who brings around. He'll flip it out to the hands of Miranda, left side high. Holding over his head, high pass, far sideline. Robinson back to Miranda, trying to maneuver his way down the paint. Marandet caught him. Now Miranda in trouble, bouncing outside with 8. Robinson will have to take it himself with 7, with 6. Long 3 from straight away, and Ryan Robinson is hot. 5 of 7 in the first half for Ryan Robinson. He's got a game-high 12, and Taylor leads 31-19. Marandet trying to answer. His shot is short. He has been rough shooting today. Marandet just 1 of 5. Robinson has scored 11 of Taylor's last 13 points. They lead 31-19. Robinson going right at Marandet. Scoop off the high glass. No, it's ripped out of there by Durnell, taking away from his teammate Welch. 4:20 to go in the first half, 31-19 the Taylor lead over number 23 Spring Arbor, a team who comes in winning 9 in a row. Cottingham left block guarded by Miranda, who now backs it outside the arc. DeWilt driving on Degenkolb, spins, cut off by Boitin, who then puts his hands in the air and intercepts it. Third turnover by SAU, and Robinson will step on the brakes and slowly and menacingly walk it to the front court. Degenkolb now to Boitin. From straight away, back to Degenkolb near side. Marindet guards him. Puts on the floor left hand, got into the paint. High pass, Miranda goes storming right down the lane. Out to Boitin, measuring a three, his second one of the day. And it's good for Emmanuel Boitin. Taylor takes a timeout. Emmanuel Boitin came into the day with just one made three-point basket this season. He's got 2 this afternoon, and Taylor has blown this thing open. They lead 34-19 with 3:39 to go here in the opening half.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Taylor's leading scorer is Ryan Robinson. He's got 12 points. If you took his points away from the Taylor total, the Trojans would still be leading by 3. They lead 34-19 right now. SAU with the ball out of the Taylor timeout after the make. Barber near side of the floor. Up top, it's to Welch. Far sideline to Marindet, guarded by Miranda. Marindet up top, trying to find Cottingham. Now will go down low to Durnell. Over Hagelin, shot is good. Durnell with 10 in the opening half here for SAU. He has been the lone bright spot offensively for the Cougars. He's 5 of 7 from the floor. Everyone else has made just 3 field goals for the Cougars today. Quick passing Trojans. Degenkolb, 8-foot J, just rattles in and out. And it's tapped to himself by Welch, taps it to himself. 13-point Taylor lead. Durnell quickly up the floor, guarded by Pena mid-post left. Outside to Marindet, wants to give it back to Durnell, who pivots and then gives the post up to Pena, who moves his feet. Outside, Cottingham measuring a 3 over Robinson. Nope, off the back of the iron. Tapped out of there by Welch. Marindet back to Welch, far side. He measures a 3 ball. That is woefully short, but Durnell muscles in, missed the shot, and they'll get Taylor for the foul. Welch, a 24% three-point shooter, airballed that one from the corner. But Durnell, who has been a thorn in Taylor's side, came in there, and Taylor could not get an easy rebound after the airball in the corner. That's the 7th one against Taylor. It puts SAU in the 1-1 bonus. Not sure who got the foul for the Trojans. Trying to look at the scoreboard here. Degenkolb with 1, got that. Hagelin not out there. And Durnell makes the first free throw. He's got 11. Jeff Beckman, Tom Hamilton back in for SAU. They replace Cottingham and Welch. The foul was on Pena. That's CJ's first. Durnell, not a good free throw shooter at 68%, but he's been hot here as of late. He's made both today, including that trip here, and he's made his last 6 in a row after going 4 of 4 on Wednesday. A quick burst all by Brandon Durnell. And he has scored 4 in a row out of the Taylor timeout, but he's had to check out. Durnell stretching out behind the SAU bench in the far corner across from us. The Taylor lead down to 11 at 34-23. Miranda ready. Degenkolb, a contested high left side 3. That one long. And the weak side rebound is Luke Barber's. First try from 3 from Degenkolb today. Marindet stops. Open is Barber. He's a dead-eye three-point shooter, and he hits that one from the near sideline. First 3 for Barber after going 4 of 4 from distance on Tuesday. And Barber's got 5, and a quick burst again. 7-0 run for SAU out of the Taylor timeout. when the Trojans led by 15. Miranda's been hot, and then he cans a three right in front of that SAU bench. 7 for Miranda. Taylor back in front by 10 plus. They're up by 11. Shot missed short. Degenkolb trying to get to it. Facing and running and Sterling over a chair and a trash can is Beckman. He's fine. But he takes a chair and a trash can with him. The chair is fine. The trash can looks to be fine, even though the trash is now spilled out onto the aisleway across from us. The Trojans have Miranda, Degenkolb. Crow has come back in to replace Pena, Robinson, and Hegeland. Marindette, Barber, Hamilton. The newcomer is Kaminsky for SAU, along with Beckman. Robinson running off open screens. That gets him open for three, and Robinson is cooking with gas right now. 15 first half points for Ryan Robinson, and Taylor up 40-26. Coming off of a dismal shooting night Wednesday, 4 of 14. Robinson is now 6 of 7, and then Marindette finally gets his second field goal, floating one in from just in front of the rim. 40-28, the Taylor lead. 68 seconds remaining here in half number one, and a good one here from Odell Arena. Taylor has shot the rims off today. They've made 57% of their shots, and they're 60% from three. Degenkolb out to Crow. Denied a three near sideline. Robinson. Marindette quickly collapses onto him. Degenkolb right elbow with 8 to shoot over Beckman. That one barely glances the near side rim. And here comes SAU the other way with 45 seconds left in the half. Barber back to Marindette. Far sideline. Miranda guards Marindette. Marindette floats it near side to Barber. Degenkolb collapses on him to prevent an open look from three. Beckman back to Barber. Down to Kaminsky against Crow. Left block with 12 to shoot. Kaminsky spins. Left hand hook good over Crow. And an off-ball foul. Count the basket, and the foul's against who? It's going to go against Jeff Beckman of Spring Arbor for moving the Taylor player out from underneath the basket. The basket counts for Kaminsky. And that's the third one against Spring Arbor here in the opening half. But that bucket, a big one there by Kaminsky on the little hook shot, has trimmed their deficit down to 10. Shot clock turned off with 29 and 4/10 of a second left to go before halftime, so Taylor can hold for the final shot. A long discussion from our officiating crew allows Spring Arbor to get Brandon Durnell to the scorer's table to come back in. He replaces Beckman, who has to take a seat with those 2 personal fouls. Beckman just 2 points, but he's got a game-high 6 rebounds, coming off of that 12-point, 13 rebound performance on Tuesday. So Robinson, who's been hot here in the half, 15 points on 6 of 9 shooting, 3 of 4 from three. He's made his last 3 threes in a row. They've tried every man on him, and now Hamilton will be the one to try to guard Robinson. Calls out the play, holds the ball on his right hip with 9 seconds left to go in the half. Robinson will look to take it himself. Taylor up by 10, hoping for more. 5, 4, Robinson deep 3, and that one just missed short. Ripped down there by Barber, and he will not get a shot off before the end of the half. Robinson misses his first 3 in 4 tries, but a good start to the half and a good half here for the Trojans as we head to halftime. Taylor up 40-30 over number 23 Spring Arbor here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel, boy do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland, full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Back here inside Odell Arena, Rick Johnson with you. This is the BSN Sports Halftime Report, and at the break, it is Taylor leading number 23 Spring Arbor 40-30. The Trojans had as big a lead of 15 in that first half. SAU had a lead as big as 1. We had no ties, and we had 4 lead changes. Taylor shot the ball amazing in that first half. They were 53% from the floor. They were 6 of 11 from three. They did only go to the line once, and they missed that one free throw try. For SAU, they were 39% from the floor. They were 2 of 8 from 3, and they were 4 of 5 from the line. Each team had one player in double figures in the first half. Taylor was led by Ryan Robinson, who at one point had scored 9 straight points for the Trojans and 11 out of 13. He finished with a first half high 15 on 6 of 10 shooting, 3 of 5 from behind the arc. He also had 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Other scores for the Trojans, Vincent Miranda with 7 points, all electrifying off the bench. Vincent 3 of 4 and 1 of 1 from 3, also with 2 assists. Emmanuel Boitin 6 points off the Taylor bench, all on 3-point baskets. Mason Degenkolb 6 points on 3 of 8 shooting. Jake Hegeland with 4 points, James McLeod with 2. Jason Hubbard was held scoreless in that first half, played just 9.5 minutes after picking up 2 personal fouls trying to guard the ever-dangerous Paul Marindet. Evan Crow, no points, missed his only shot, and CJ Pena did not take a shot from the floor. For SAU, they're led by Brandon Durnell with 12 points on 5 of 7 shooting, and also was 2 of 2 from the line. Nobody else had more than 6 points in that opening half. Paul Marindet chipped in 6 on 2 of 8 shooting. He struggled to find his way, missed the first 4 shots that he took today, but he also has a team high and a game high 5 assists. Other scores for SAU. Jeff Beckman with 2. Peyton DeWilt had 3 points. That was the opening bucket for SAU today. Luke Barber 5 points off the bench in front of his family and friends. And Tyler Kaminsky had 2 points as well on a little hook shot for Spring Arbor. Playing but not scoring in the opening half, Tom Hamilton, Nick Welch, Connor Cunningham, Denver Cade, and Daniel Cluster. Other stats of note, Taylor out-rebounded SAU by 1, 18-17. Spring Arbor had the edge on the glass by 1, on the offensive glass 4-3, but Taylor has the edge in second chance points 2-0. Not a lot of turnovers between the two teams. SAU turned it over 3 times, no one with more than 1. Taylor turned it over 4 times, 1 player with 2. But Taylor again has the only points off of turnovers, 3-0. 3 blocks for Taylor, no one with more than 1. 1 block for SAU, that was from the springy Luke Barber. 1 steal for Spring Arbor in that first half, 2 steals for the Trojans. Taylor assisted on 6 of their 17 field goals, SAU 7 of their 12. Points in the paint even at 16 apiece. The Taylor bench outscored the SAU bench 13-7, and that's a big help. All 13 of the Taylor points came from Miranda and Boitin, who had 7 and 6, respectively. We'll take this break. This has been the BSN Sports Halftime Report. When we come back, it'll be the second half here from Odell Arena. At the break, it's Taylor 40 and number 23 SAU 30 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
what's really going to evoke from everyone. You got to have the music that you listeners to listen to.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com. Marindet will attack to start the second half off into the corner. DeWilt trying to start the second half like he did the first, but he cannot as he misses a 3-point shot. That's just his second field goal try of the contest. Taylor from right to left in white. SAU defends in blue. The Trojans lead by 10. They've led by as many as 15. Hagelin going to work, trying to go around the shorter Beckman. Mid-range, Jay McLeod short off the rim. Hubbard almost had it gathered in with that one arm, and now SAU fumbling with it before DeWilt will finally be able to haul it back in for the Cougars. So both teams empty, missing shots on their opening tries of the second half. Robinson guards Marindet, right elbow extended, jump shot clean. A much better start to the second half for Paul Marindet as he was 2 of 8 from the floor in half one. He hits here and brings SAU to within 8. Marindet missed his first 4 shots from the floor. Hubbard trying to answer with a 3. That one was straight but long, and skying over everyone is DeWilt. Hubbard 0 of 2 from 3-point distance. DeWilt stops, goes back to the lane, kicks to the corner. Hamilton passes up an open three. Durnell fires a three. That one short. Hamilton, interesting why he didn't fire from three. He's one of the best three-point shooters, not only on SAU, but also in the league. Robinson falls down. McLeod will punch it away, trying to race out behind DeWilt. Degenkolb comes in. DeWilt gets it, goes up, missed the shot. Great challenge there by Degenkolb, and McLeod comes in for the rebound. Helter-skelter play to start this second half off. Degenkolb jump stops, trying to find help. Two defenders guard him. Baseline right, Hagelin right back out to Degenkolb. Degenkolb drives, left hand, fumbling, falls down, gives it off to McLeod, who hands it off back to Degenkolb. 8-point Taylor lead. They're looking for their first points here the second half. Robinson crossing over to his right hand with Marindet guarding him, 6 to shoot to the baseline. Tough pass, bouncing McLeod over Durnell, just short. There's a Hubbard rebound and a put back in. Jason Hubbard jumps so high, he makes it look effortless. And Taylor back in front by 10, 42-32, 2 minutes into the second half. Hamilton perimeter right, up top. Beckman fakes a three, goes right around Hagelin, who lays it in with a right hand. Second field goal for Beckman, his first points of the second half, and a good start here for SAU. They've outscored Taylor 4-2. 2 minutes and 15 seconds into half two. McLeod inside the zone defense, right elbow extended. Degenkolb step back, 18-foot jump shot. That one brought rain and then went right through the cup. 8 for Degenkolb as he hits the shot here in the second half, and Taylor back in front by 10. So both teams cooking offensively here to start this second half off. Beckman right side high. Off to DeWilt, guarded by Robinson, into the paint, and DeWilt gets called for the shove-off. He brought that forearm up high, came right across the collarbone area of Ryan Robinson. First on DeWilt, first one against SAU. Barber in for the Cougars, replacing DeWilt. McLeod out for Taylor. Evan Crow comes in to replace him. Just underway here in the second half. Taylor back in front by 10. Each team with 4 points so far here in half number 2. Taylor shot the ball great in the first half, over 50%. SAU below 40, which is well below their season average of 51%. Marindet guards Robinson, who runs him off a right side screen. Degenkolb high right side, far sideline Hubbard, mid-post right to the right wing Hagelin. Durnell guarding him. Hagelin goes in, just forcing his way through and misses a little left-hand hook shot after he got clearance away from Durnell. Marindet up the floor. Beckman spins in trouble. Out to Marindet all afternoon to shoot a three, and that one was halfway down and out. Back tapped out. Robinson throws it off of Durnell's knee, and it'll go back to Taylor. Barber, Durnell, and Beckman, and Durnell got right in the face of the official, and Durnell had to be restrained by his teammate Jeff Beckman. And then Beckman looked at his own bench and said, you got to cool him down or we got to pull him out of here. Durnell is upset as he stomps to the other end of the floor, shaking his head and glaring at the official who made the call. Robinson jumped into there. He threw it off of Durnell, and then we couldn't see where the ball went after that. But the official was right on top of it, and now Taylor with an opportunity to push the lead back north of 10. Robinson to his left around a Hagelin screen. No-look dish to the corner, and Pena guarded by Durnell beautifully. Robinson fires one far sideline. Degenkolb. 3.5 into the second half. Degenkolb turns on the afterburner, stops, trying to go up and under on Hamilton, still pivoting, still in trouble with 8, jumps into the air, fades away, and fires an air ball from the baseline right. Tough shot there by Degenkolb as he was pinned down on the baseline by the defender. And a carry called against Paul Marindet as Crow guarded him on the near side of the arc. Welch comes in, he replaces Durnell. Emmanuel Boitin returns for TU to replace Hagelin. So a little bit of a different game here for Hagelin with a little bit of some faster post players out there, a little bit different than what he saw with Kasunlaw, the big fella from Marion, there on Wednesday. 6:10 to go, second half. Taylor leading by 10, matching their halftime lead. Crow well outside the arc, near sideline. Robinson, Hamilton trying to chase after him. Now floating is Robinson to Degenkolb. Into the paint, trouble there, triple team. Degenkolb's got to get out of the paint. Robinson fakes the three, got Marindet in the air, lost the ball, got it back. Right hand floater, no, and it's reached out of there by Welch. A bad half-court set there for the Taylor offense. Hamilton far sideline, looking down low to Beckman. Pena guards him. Beckman trying to spin back to the baseline left, lost the ball, got it back. He'll whip it up top to Barber, near side. Hamilton fakes the three, got Degenkolb in the air, down to Marindet, who almost traveled with it, and then a shot is put in from the left side of the rim by Nick Welch. First time in a long time that SAU has seen their deficit be in single digits, and they've trimmed it down to 8. At 44-36, 4.5 minutes in here to this second half. Pena right side high, inside the arc, top of the key, Degenkolb. Over Beckman, front rim, short, ball loose, and there's Emmanuel Boitin slithering in to get the rebound for TU as he fought two SAU players. Nice battle there by Emmanuel Boitin. Crow touch pass, Degenkolb, high post left. 20 to shoot, Degenkolb drives, got into trouble, trying to go up and under, still in trouble in the paint. He's got to get out of it and gives it out to Pena. 5 minutes into the second half, Taylor with the ball, leading by 8. To the corner, and Pena drives right around the defender. His pass goes off the rim, right to Robinson for a three, and that one goes off the left side of the rim. And it looked like some of the guys down below us were ready to leave the gym if Pena was going to throw it off the rim and Robinson was going to hit a three. Hamilton leaves it up top. Marindet drives, free throw line, got Crow in the air into contact. And a crafty move there by Marindet to draw the third foul on Evan Crow. That'll bring us to a media timeout. Marindet with 2 free throws when we come back from this media timeout. 14:32 to go here in the second half. Taylor leads number 23 SAU by 8, 44-36 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Two free throws for Paul Marindet out of the media timeout after he drew the third foul on Evan Crow. Evan has gone to the bench, and Vincent Miranda has come in to replace him. Marindet, 2 of 3 from the line today. Good free throw shooter on the year, 74%. And that one rolls in over the front rim. 9 for Marindet, who leads them in scoring with 16 points tonight. They have 4, make it 5, double-figure scores on their roster, but they are very heavy on the starting rotation. And Marindet will miss the second, and Boitin will soar in there and pull down another rebound. 4th rebound for Emmanuel Boitin this afternoon, and the free throw by Marindet makes it just a 7-point Taylor lead. Pena will bounce baseline right, gets it back for a 3 from Boitin. Rainbow 3, CJ Pena. CJ thought he got his stroke back on Wednesday when CJ went 3 of 4 from deep. He hits his first field goal here, and Taylor back in front by double digits, up by 10. Welch a handoff to Barber. Robinson fighting through screens to haul him down. Marindet high right side. Hamilton up top, fakes a 3, steps in, passes it up. Here's Barber, a dead-eye shooter, and that one's short off the front rim. Then trying to get the rebound, and then Beckman turns and screams and gives a high five to a fan in a wheelchair down below to the basket to our right. Scream to the sky, did Beckman. He was so excited about drawing the foul on CJ Pena. It's CJ's second. And the second one against Taylor here in the half. Fresh 30 to work with. Hamilton high left side has yet to try. Has really not shot the ball a lot today. Came in as a 52% three-point shooter. Welch drives. Boitin cuts him off. Hubbard there to help. Outside of Hamilton, fumbling with it and getting it back. Near sideline, Welch driving baseline out. Spins away from Boitin, and they get the hold on Emmanuel Boitin. And Emmanuel goes down, and he is holding that left knee. Was really motioning for the athletic training staff, and the athletic training staff will come on to the floor. We'll take a timeout as they take a look at Emmanuel Boitin.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street.
So Emmanuel Boitin helped off the floor. He is unable to put any weight on that left leg. So Hegelin has come back in to take Emmanuel's spot. The foul is on Emmanuel, his first and the team's third. SAU keeps the ball, 20 to shoot. Marindet will get it in baseline right. They have the ball down by 10. They cut the deficit down to single digits once, and then Taylor came right back with a hoop. Hubbard guarding Marindet, who fumbles with the ball. Hubbard couldn't get on the ball, though, because of a screen there by Welch. Marindet, Beckman thought about 3. He went into the air. Taylor looks for a travel that won't come from down below us. Back out to Beckman, open 3 ball, and that will be missed, rolled off the rim. Miranda with the rebound, jets it cross court, far side. Robinson, he goes right into Barber, throws it up, and they get the block on Barber. First on Barber, second one against SAU here in the second half. 13-11 remaining in the second half. And Taylor with a 10-point advantage. The Trojans, some Taylor fans thinking it was a shooting foul. Now Robinson will dribble around the right side arc. All the way under the volleyball line. Beckman guarding him on a mismatch. Robinson cooking, right hand crossover into the paint, dumping it down low to Hegelin, who took his eyes off of it as it'll go back to SAU. Robinson drew the eyes of 3 SAU defenders and had a little dump down pass on the baseline right to Hegelin. And right when Jake took his eyes off the ball, it bounced right past him. So Beckman and Welch exit for SAU. Coming back in are Durnell and Kaminsky. First time we've seen Kaminsky here in the second half. Spring Arbor from left to right in blue. They trail by 10, just over 7 minutes into the second half. Durnell, guarded by Pena, handoff to Marindet. Pena switches, pulls up, free throw line, good for Marindet. He's got 11 in the game, 5 here in the second half. Taylor unable, as Pena did not get out there on the switch after the ball screen. Back to an 8-point Taylor lead. They've had the answer the other time that SAU cut their deficit down to 8. Robinson, near side, Pena, way outside, 3-ball, bang! CJ Pena hits that one from the parking lot. And again, Taylor with an answer here to push the lead back to double digits as Pena caught it, shot it, swished it. And now Hubbard guards Marindet on the other end. Barber high left side, back to Miranda near side of the floor. They want to go to Durnell, mid-post right, trying to back down the smaller Pena, turns, Miranda and Pena swat the shot away, and now Taylor out and galloping. Pena almost traveled as he threw it back to Robinson, to the corner, and Hubbard fakes a 3, steps through, collides with Barber, and they will get Hubbard for the foul, and that is Jason's third. Good job there by Luke Barber to draw the foul. Hubbard went storming in. He got around the initial try of Marindet and then went in there just a little bit haphazardly and careened with Barber, who was waiting for him on the outside of the block. So Hubbard out, their best on-ball defender on the wing. Checks out with 3 fouls. Evan Crow comes back in, who also has to be careful. Evans got 3. And Degenkolb comes in to replace Robinson. Just past 8 minutes gone here in this second half. 11-point deficit for SAU. They've got the ball going from left to right. Hamilton right side screen. Kaminsky pulls free throw line back to Kaminsky, who then just fumbled it out of bounds as Pena came in to challenge the shot. Emmanuel Boitin stretching with head athletic trainer Casey Hackman on the far side of the floor behind the bleachers across from us. Trying to chest out the strength of that left knee that got hurt a few minutes ago. 11:42 to go in the second half. Taylor with the ball. They're up by 11. Degenkolb dribbling between the circles. Far sideline, Crow jabbing with his right foot. Now puts on the deck, right side. Got to the baseline against Durnell. And they call an offensive foul against Evan Crow for clearing space with his off arm. And that's the fourth one on Evan Crow. So McLeod will have to come in and replace Crow. Connor Cunningham makes his first appearance of the second half for SAU, replacing Tom Hamilton, who has surprisingly only taken one shot here this afternoon. Hamilton has passed up a couple open looks from three. He came in, as we mentioned, 50% from the floor and 52% from three-point distance. But he has not gotten a lot of looks here today. Was 0 for 4 in the win Wednesday at Grace. 11:18 to go, second half. SAU with the ball. It's Barber near sideline. Up top, Marendette. McLeod guards him down the left side of the lane. Marendette got caught to the corner, and Kaminsky then back to Marendette, guarded by McLeod with 9 to shoot. Marendette goes in, steps through, circus shot off the glass, dances every part of the rim, and kisses in off the back of the backboard. 13 for Marendette as he threw a prayer up from his hip, and it was answered, and SAU's lead back down to 9 at 50-41. Right sideline, Degenkolb, baseline right, Hegeland. Kaminsky guards him, tried to pass it to McLeod in the paint, instead goes up top to Miranda. Marendette guarding Degenkolb around a Hegeland screen. Left-hand drive, Degenkolb over traffic off the glass. No, and the inside position is Durnell's. He gets the rebound, his 8th. Make it his 6th, Up the floor quickly to Barber. Bangs with McLeod, who goes up, and they'll call the bump foul against McLeod on the baseline right on the attack from Barber. Second one on McLeod, the 6th one against Taylor here in the second half. 10.5 remaining in half two. Spring Arbor with the ball, down by 9. They led by 1 in the first half. They trailed by 10 at the break. Cunningham head fake goes up, missing the short shot right at the rim, and the ball tapped into the air. Hegeland gets it, then Cunningham runs into the big fella Hegeland. Cunningham 5'11", 160 against the 6'7", 250 Hegeland. Was unable to run into him and knock Jake off of his position. Robinson returns for Taylor. The foul on Cunningham, his first, the third one against SAU here in the second half. 10:23 and counting in half two. Taylor from right to left in white. They lead by 9. They've led by as many as 15. That was back in the first half. Right block, Hegeland from Robinson trying to spin back, trying to go up and under. Hegeland, nice move down low for the big fella. 6 for Hegeland on a monster move down low. TU back in front by 11. Marendette, left-hand dribble. McLeod watching his every step. Here comes Durnell. And a monster first half. Spins here beautifully away from Pena and glasses it home. 14 for Durnell. That's his first second half scoring after he led SAU offensively in the opening 20 minutes. Taylor back to a 9-point advantage. Robinson with Cunningham right in his hip pocket. Runs him off a screen. Back to Hegeland. Drives against Kaminsky. Bangs. Shot was missed, but a foul on Kaminsky on a beautiful two-man game between Robinson and Hegeland. First on Kaminsky, the 4th one against Spring Arbor. And Jake will go to the line where he is shooting 69% this season. These will be the second and third free throw attempts by Taylor here in the entire game. And the first one hits the front rim and won't go home for Jake. Jason Hubbard back in for Taylor, playing with those 3 personal fouls. He replaces Pena. Cunningham and Kaminsky out. Hamilton and Beckman back in for SAU. Jake missed the first. He'll try to make it a 10-point game here. And he does. 3 in a row for Hegeland. And Taylor reestablishes that double-figure lead at 53-43. 9.5 minutes remaining here in our second half. Marendette around the screen, got right into the paint, goes right to the rim and lays it in with a finger roll. That one was too easy for Marendette. 15 for him. Taylor advantage cut back down to 8. But every time SAU has cut their deficit to single digits here in the second half, Taylor has had the answer, pushing it back to double figures. The Trojans run the weave up top. Robinson high right side, jab stepping. Hamilton giving him too much room. Robinson's going to make him pay with a dead-eye 3 right in Hamilton's grill from the high right side. Robinson jab step, Hamilton backed up, and then Robinson made him pay with a 3-ball. Timeout, 30 seconds for Taylor. The Trojans up 56-45.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Timeout situation looks like this. Taylor with 3 full timeouts left. SAU has their full complement of timeouts. 2 30s and 4 fulls. 11-point Taylor lead. Beckman up top. SAU with the ball. They go from left to right in blue. Free throw line Barber. 15-foot jump shot short. After hitting a 3 openly, McLeod almost lost it out of bounds. Gathered it back in. Barber struggling to shoot tonight. Just 1 of 5 from 3-point range and 2 of 7 from the floor overall after lighting the nets on fire in the win Wednesday for SAU. 8:35 to go, second half. Taylor with the ball up by 11. Degenkolb double team briefly, now drives after the help goes away. Hangs and doesn't put it in, but he almost rolled it home. Tom Hamilton's second, 5th one against SAU. 2 shots for Mason Degenkolb. As Taylor head coach Josh Andrews' young son Josiah gives Degenkolb a round of applause for the attack across from us. And Josiah will like that one as well as Mason hits the first free throw. 9 for Mason. This to make it a 13-point lead. Yep. Degenkolb, an excellent free throw shooter, 90% this year, and he's 2 of 2 on that trip. 13-point Taylor lead, big possession here for SAU. Their offense has been much better since halftime. Durnell hands it off, and then they work it around to Hamilton, who now fumbles the ball between his legs and got it away just before Hubbard pounced on him. Degenkolb guarding Marindet, trying to back into him. Open, Hamilton finally takes a 3 from the right corner and hits it. Hamilton had passed open looks from 3 all afternoon and cashes in there. The 52% three-point shooter hits his first one of the afternoon. And it draws SAU back to within 10 with 8 minutes to go in the second half. 58-48 our score. Taylor from right to left in blue. This time Hamilton not giving Robinson any type of space. Robinson shakes, spins. To the corner it goes to McLeod from Hubbard. McLeod explodes, hook shot, catches the back rim and bounces off, but he'll go to the line twice on an aggressive move from James McLeod. And that's the 3rd one on the sharpshooter Tom Hamilton. And that's the 6th one also against SAE. We've reached the final media timeouts. 7:43 to go second half. Taylor up by 10, 58-48. James McLeod has got 2 free throws when we come back after this media timeout.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Each team with 2 players in double figures, but the difference right now is the other production that Taylor has gotten today. Ryan Robinson has a game-high 18. Degenkolb has 10 with 2 more, with Hubbard or McLeod coming to the line twice here. Miranda has 7, Hagelin with 7, Boatin and Pena each with 6. So the Trojans have 6 players at least 6 points today. SAU has no one with more than 5 after their 2 double-figure scores. Excuse me. McLeod will miss the first one long. James comes in as a 71% free throw shooter. Marindet with 15, Durnell with 14 for SAU. Then their next highest scorer is Barber with 5. Second free throw short, but McLeod gets the roll. He's got 3 points, and Taylor pushes that lead. Back up to 11 at 59-48, 7:35 remaining in regulation. Hubbard guards Marindet, high left side, around a Beckman screen. Marindet shimmies, cut off at the mid-post right by Hubbard. He'll have to bounce it outside the arc now. Hamilton has it between his legs and gets it back. Hamilton around the Durnell screen, goes in, stops, pivots, looks for help, throws one in traffic. Beckman gets it over. Hagelin rolls halfway down and out. Ball tapped around. McLeod was inside, and it's going to go against Spring Arbor, and if it's on Beckman, that's his 3rd. It'll be the 7th one on the visitors. And now the official who made the call will confirm. It'll actually be on Durnell. That's his first. Hegeland out, Pena back in for Taylor. A 1-on-1 opportunity here for James McLeod, as that's the 7th foul against Spring Arbor here in this second half. 7:17 remaining in regulation. Taylor trying to knock off their second-ranked opponent this week after defeating previously undefeated Marion on Wednesday, who are the 5th-ranked team in the land. First one of the 1-on-1, McLeod will spin it off the left side of the rim, and Durnell's there for the rebound for SAU. That's his 7th board to go with his 14 points, but he's only had 2 points after halftime. Marendet's been the offense here in the second half with 9 of his 15. Durnell trying to get going here around McLeod. Good, and the foul on James McLeod. 16 for Durnell, and he has an opportunity to get 17 here. 3rd on McLeod, the 7th one on Taylor, so both teams now in the 1-and-1. Durnell 2 of 2 from the line today. He's made his last 6 free throws in a row, dating back to the game on Tuesday, the win over Grace by 3. Trying to complete the and one here, and does. 17 for Durnell, 12 in the first half. And it's an 8-point Taylor lead, 59-51, less than 7 to go here in the second half. Every time the Taylor lead has been down to 8, they've had a bucket on the other end to push it back to double digits. Degenkolb, McLeod thought about an 18-footer. They get it outside the arc into the hands of Degenkolb, with Hamilton guarding him. 9 to shoot, right side screen Pena. Degenkolb takes it, now 7, now 6. A mismatch, pulls up over Beckman. Good on a cold-blooded J from Degenkolb. 12 for Mason Degenkolb, a full timeout by the Trojans as they cash in on another late shot clock possession and push that lead back to 10. 61-51, 6:33 left to go in regulation.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Spring Arbor ball out of the Taylor full timeout. The Trojans have 2 full timeouts left. SAU has yet to take a timeout here this afternoon. They've got the ball down 10, 61-51 with 6:31 and counting here in regulation time. They go from left to right in blue. Marendet guarded by the quick Miranda. High pass to Beckman in the corner, who's able to haul it down and then gives it right back to Marendet. Beckman right side screen. Marendet takes. Miranda fights through, floating to the far side. Barber catch and shoot 3. Short, who struggled to find a shot all day. Then Beckman soars up for a rebound over Pena. Nice board there for Beckman, who fakes up a 3, drives. Hamilton, 3-point try. Good, as Miranda came in and got him on the arm. No foul call. 6 for Hamilton, all here in the second half after taking just 1 shot in the opening half. He's hit both of his tries here after halftime. The Taylor lead back down to 7, 61-54, with 5:50 to go here in half 2. And again, like we said the last time down, every time Taylor's lead has been single digits, they've pushed it back to 10. And Beckman guards Degenkolb. Taylor quickly spins it. Now 9 to shoot into the hands of Robinson. Now 7, now 6, now 5. Pena right side screen. Robinson around it. 3-point shot off the back iron as the screen came late. Barber there for the rebound for SAU, and a big possession here for the Cougars, trailing by just 7 with less than 5.5 to go in the second half. Marendet back to Barber, then back to Marendet, high left side. Robinson guards Marendet. Free throw line, try to go up and under. Beckman gives it back to Marendet, trying to post up the shorter Robinson. Help comes from Degenkolb. That leaves Hamilton open for a 3, and that one is short. Hits off the glass and just dances off. That did everything except go through for Tom Hamilton. He had made his last 2-3 tries. He's now 2 of 4 from distance, and that would have been a big one, making it a 4-point game. Less than 5 to go in the second half. Degenkolb right sideline. Pena there for the screen. Now goes in. Degenkolb back down to Pena, and the travel is called. And now Beckman and Marendet, along with Pena, all start buzzing. Pena kept playing through the whistle. Same thing for Beckman, and then Marendet tried to poke the ball away from him. Jake Hegelin back in. He replaces McLeod. Coming in for the first time tonight for SAU is Jonathan Robinson, the 5'6 freshman from Jackson, Michigan. Playing in just his 9th game of the year. He's only taken 4 shots this season. And now he got it. He was throwing down dunks before the game like a man twice his size. Durnell backing against Pena. Cut him off and gets the roll, does Durnell. He spun around and then Pena got him on the hip. 3rd one for CJ, 8th one against Taylor. And the Taylor lead, which was as big as 15 in the first half, has been as big as 11 here in the second. Has now been trimmed down to 5, and an opportunity if Durnell can complete the and one. Can make it a 4-point game. That one hit the front rim on a hard line drive. He's got 19 points. A big miss there from Durnell, who's been great from the line. Taylor's lead is 5. 4:20 to go second half. They're up 61-56. Zone defense here for SAU. Degenkolb takes the bounce pass in. Pena open weak side over the shorter man and blasts it home. Nice find. And then Pena went up and over Barber for a deuce. Everyone paid attention to the near side of the floor. Pena was right there. And now Miranda will get called for the foul as he tried to shove through Durnell. Durnell went flying backwards. The first one on Miranda. An easy foul call there for the officials. 9th one against Taylor in the second half. Pena comes out. Crow will replace him. Hamilton back in, replacing Jonathan Robinson for Spring Arbor. 1-1 for Durnell, and he left that one off the front rim short again. After being perfect from the line, he has missed his last 2 free throws woefully short. And Taylor gets another break here. Their lead remains at 7. 63-56, 3:50 to go second half. Marendet calling for a travel against Degenkolb. That won't come. Robinson open 3, near side, short, and it bounces up off of the glass. That would have been a dagger 3 to push the Taylor lead back to 10. Instead, SAU will take their first timeout of the afternoon, a full timeout. With 3:41 remaining in the second half, SAU will have the ball out of the break. They trail Taylor by 7, 63-56 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
.341 to go second half. Taylor leading by 7. They've shot 50% from 3 today, but SAU has got some timely threes here in the second half from Tom Hamilton. Marendet, right side circle, not a 3-shooter. Hubbard guards him. SAU with the ball down by that 7-point margin. Here's Hamilton up top. Far sideline Barber, he is definitely a 3-point shooter. Robinson fights through a screen. Beckman hands off to Marendet with 10 to shoot. Hubbard fights through. Marendet turns the corner, goes up off the high glass. No, and it's rebounded by Crow as Marendet collided with Hubbard in the air. Marendet's late to get back to the play. Robinson can't make SAU pay as Marendet gets back in time to the half-court D. 3:05 to go second half. Then Beckman easily reads the pass. He'll go in. Robinson knifes in. Beckman's shot will be missed right in front of the rim. How did Beckman miss that? He could have shot it. He was wide open, and he bricked it hard. So that's 2 bad free throw misses from Durnell off the front of the rim, and then a wide open layup that Beckman missed. This game could be a one-possession game right now if you factor in those 4 points that have been thrown away by SAU. Less than 3 to go, second half. Near side, Barber catch and shoot 3 over Robinson. Long, Crow fighting for it with Durnell. Tie up, going Taylor's way. Barber, after hitting his second 3 of the night, has missed his last 4 in a row. 2:49 to go in half 2. Taylor with the ball up by 7. 3 fulls and 2 30s for SAU. The Trojans have 2 full timeouts left. There's your timeout breakdown. Crow, Degenkolb, Hegelin, Robinson, Hubbard. And Marindet reaches in and gets called for the foul, and he was not happy with the foul call. That's just his first. 8th one against SAU, and now the Cougars looking to try to make Taylor win this one from the free throw line, where they come in shooting 78% on the season. Jake 1 of 2 today. It's a 1-and-1. And he makes the first. Eight-point Taylor lead. 1 more to make it 9. Yep, perfect. Jake with 9 points. 5 here in the second half. And it's back to a 9-point Taylor lead. Marindet let it roll all the way near the timeline. Hubbard jabbed in, made him pick it up. He already into the right block as Marindet weaving away out to Hamilton. Trying to draw the foul on Hubbard. That would have been Jason's 4th. Instead, we play on. Then a high throw. Hamilton saves it all the way back near the timeline. Marindet. High pass into Durnell against Crow. 13 to shoot. Durnell goes up. Shot was blocked by Hegelin, but will they get the bump on Crow before the shot went away? Nope. It's on Jake, and so Crow gets to continue to play. First on Jake. 10th one against the Trojans. So SAU in the double bonus for the final 2:21 of regulation. And Durnell will miss. No, it'll hit the front rim again, and he stood there like still as a statue when that free throw hit the front of the rim. So Durnell 4 of 6 on the line, and he makes both here. That one a little bit cleaner through. He's got a game-high 21 points, does Durnell. And it's a 7-point Taylor lead with 2:17 remaining here in the second half. Robinson with the ball on a string. And now Taylor runs a little weave up top. Hubbard, one dribble off to Robinson near sideline. Hamilton there. They try to trap him. Far sideline pass. Robinson to Hubbard. Drives in. No look dish. Hegelin who goes in. And they'll wave it off as Durnell was run into by Hubbard right in the paint. Jason went flying in. And instead of trying to go to the rim, he dished it off to Hegelin. And waiting for him right underneath the hoop was Durnell. And that's the 4th on Jason Hubbard with exactly 2 minutes remaining here in this second half. Marindet jogs to the front court. Hubbard's got to be careful playing with the 4 personal fouls. Crow also out there with 4 personals. Marindet floats to the corner. Hamilton 3 over Hegelin in the corner. No, but he gets his own rebound as it came right back to him. Quick spinning around the arc. Barber gets it back from Marindet. Can't pull the trigger as Robinson collapsed onto him. Hamilton maneuvers in. Shot was off the right side of the rim. Durnell will rip it away from Crow, and SAU gets another crack at the basket. Durnell a desperation 3. No, it bounces up off the basket support, and it will go back to Taylor. Durnell just a 28% three-point shooter, not the guy SAU would want to take that one, but Hamilton had a good look from the corner and just missed it. 90 seconds left to go second half. Taylor holding on to a 7-point advantage. They try to move to 4 and 6 on the year and knock off their second-ranked team this week. Marindet guarding Robinson near the timeline as Ryan dribbles time away, now 10 to shoot. Now Taylor will go. Robinson right side. He's got Beckman on him with 5. Robinson crossing over into the paint, throws it off, balance, and just rolls off the rim. And Durnell is there for the rebound for SAU, his 9th, to go with a game-high 21. Marindet maneuvering to the front court. He gets up there in 4 seconds, drives on Crow, got into his body, missed the shot, and that's going to be the 5th one on Evan Crow, who is upset with the call. It'll be the first time that Evan has fouled out of a game this year. That's his 5th. And Crow trying to get an explanation. He gets it. But I don't think Evan was too happy with the reasoning behind the call. 54 and 9/10 of a second left to go second half. And it's 7 to go, or 7-point lead for Taylor. The Trojans huddle up around head coach Josh Andrews. C.J. Pena will come in to replace the fouled out Evan Crow. Evan's day will finish only 1 shot of 3. He had 5 rebounds and an assist. No points for Evan today. So Marindette to the line for 2, where he is 3 of 5 this afternoon. First one, perfect. Marindette has come alive here in the second half with 10 of his 16 after halftime. So SAU in the double bonus, Taylor in the 1-and-1 bonus. Marindette made the first, and he makes the second. It's a 5-point game. SAU timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 54 9/10 of a second left. Taylor will have the ball out of the timeout, leading by 5 over number 23 Spring Arbor. Here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Full court press put on by Spring Arbor for the first time today. Pena will get it in. He can run the baseline. Near sideline, Degenkolb. Trap comes. He dribbles away from Barber. 7 seconds to get it across the timeline. Degenkolb got into the air, double pumped. Down to Hagelin, back out to Pena. And now Beckman will smother Degenkolb and gets called for the foul. Excellent job there by the Trojans to beat the full court press. Third on Beckman, 9th one against Spring Arbor. And Degenkolb to the line for a 1-and-1. Mason 2 of 2 from the line today. The first one. Front rim and rolls in. Little home court bounce for the young fella. Makes it a 6-point game. And how about 7? That one cleanly through. 14 for Degenkolb. Timeout on the floor from whom? I believe it's Taylor. Full timeout it is. They've got 1 more left. 2 big free throws from Mason Degenkolb has given Taylor a 7-point lead at 67-60 with 44.5 seconds remaining in regulation here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
44.5 seconds left to go here in the second half. A back-and-forth first half where Taylor saw themselves fall behind 5-4. A 30-second timeout was taken by Taylor head coach Josh Andrews. And then Taylor limited SAU to a 5-minute and 46-second drought. They blew that game open. The game opened 13-5, and they've led ever since. They lead by 7 now with 40 seconds left. Marindette against Hubbard in the man-to-man. Robinson switches. Marindette pops a 3. Long rebound comes out to Barber. Outside to Hamilton. 4 players collapse on him. He whips it to the near side to Marindette with 30 to go in the second half. Barber open 3 over Hubbard. Barely got to the rim. Durnell's there for the rebound, and he lays it in off the glass. Durnell with a game-high 23, timeout full for SAU. They make it still interesting here with 24 3/10 of a second left. They've now trailed by 4, 67-63 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greeks' specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greeks Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greeks Pizzeria, it's our taste.
An interesting move here. Durnell stood right next to the Taylor huddle before the whistle was blown to bring the Trojans back onto the floor. We'll see if he was able to figure out what Taylor wants to run here against the SAU full court press. Vincent Miranda's come back in. Degenkolb gets it. He's immediately fouled by either Durnell or Barber. 10th one against SAU. Both teams will be in the double bonus. We'll go against Barber, his second, and Degenkolb to the line for 2. Taylor with a 5-point advantage, 23 8/10 of a second left to go in regulation. Mason 4 of 4 from the line today, 5 of 5, 15 for him, 9 in the second half. Hubbard back in to replace Miranda for the offensive-defensive substitution. And this to make it a 7-point Taylor lead. Yep. 16 for Mason, 6 of 6 from the line, and 4 clutch free throws here late. Barber got behind everybody, an open 3 try his way long. Durnell gets it, and he threw it in over Pena as he got CJ's hand tied up amongst his arms. Barber has now missed 6 straight threes, but Durnell continues to be a load down low. He's got a game-high 25. That's a new career high for Brandon Durnell. Hubbard out, Miranda in for Taylor. It's a 5-point Taylor lead at 69-64. Durnell, who has had his struggles from the line here this afternoon, will try to make it a 4-point contest with just below 19 seconds left, and he does, rattling that one in. 26 for Durnell, 4 more than his career high earlier this year, and Durnell will be called for the reach as he tried to poke it away from Robinson. Second on Durnell. And now he'll start to hear it from the Taylor fans down, the Taylor students down below us. 17 7/10 of a second left to go, half 2. Taylor's bench has been great today, outscoring SAU 21-9. Ryan just 3 points here in the second half. Now make it 4. His first free throw goes down today. Back to a 5-point Taylor lead. Hubbard back in, replacing Miranda. And this to make it a 6-point Taylor cushion. Ryan, an excellent free throw shooter at 90%. Short off the front rim. You could hear him call it out. Here comes SAU the other way. Down 5 with 13 seconds left. Degenkolb will be called for the fouls. He tried to poke it away from Hamilton. Second on Mason, both teams in the double bonus. Here come 2 free throws from Tom Hamilton, who, as good as he is shooting the ball from the floor at 50% and as good as he is from the behind the three-point arc, he is a uncharacteristically bad free throw shooter at 63%. It is very rare, if almost completely rare, that you'd see a guy that is a 52% three-point shooter to be just a 63% free throw shooter. But he's a career 77% free throw shooter, so a down year here for the senior. But he makes the first one on his first try here today. He's got 7 points all here in the second half. And this one will hit the front rim and go in. He's got 8. And a timeout on the floor for Spring Arbor. It'll be a full timeout. They have a 30 and a full left. Taylor has 1 full timeout left. 12 seconds left in regulation. 2 Tom Hamilton free throws have made this a 1-possession game, a 3-point Taylor lead. 70-67 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Three-point Taylor lead. Pena, Robinson, Hegeland, Miranda, and Degenkolb in there. Full court press, but on by SAU. No one guards Pena, the inbounds man. 12 to go. Miranda backcourt, immediately fouled by Barber. A second and a half go off the clock. Taylor leading by 3 and 2 big free throws here for Vincent Miranda. It's on Barber, his third. Again, both teams have been in the double bonus here for a considerable amount of time. Miranda 0 of 1 from the line today. He was the only man to even attempt a free throw for Taylor in the first half. He's got 2 here. The first one off the back rim, too long. So a big one here as Vincent will try to make it a 4-point Taylor lead with 10.5 seconds left to go in the second half. Missed the first, and he makes the second. First point of the second half for Vincent Miranda. Timeout on the floor from whom? It'll be a full timeout either way by Taylor. Taylor's out of timeouts. They lead by 4 with 10.5 seconds left to go in the second half over number 23, Spring Arbor, here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100...
10.5 seconds left to go in half 2. CJ Pena will guard the inbounds pass from Jeff Beckman. And Taylor leading by 4 here in the second half. Barondette racing to the front court with 7. Near side Hamilton with 6. He's got to get a 3 off. Does. That one's off target left. Rebounded by Robinson. He'll be bumped with 2.3 seconds left, and that should do it here from Odell Arena today. Hamilton had some good looks today, but just couldn't really find his shooting stroke this afternoon. The foul's on Durnell, his third. And so Ryan Robinson to the line for 2. Trying to make this a 6-point Taylor cushion with 2.3 seconds left here in the second half. The first one. Yep. 20 for Robinson after pouring in 15 in the second half. In the first half, excuse me. The second one is good as well, ripping the net. 21 for Robinson. They get it into Marindette as SAU, dribbling to the front court. The buzzer sounds, and Taylor has knocked off their second straight ranked opponent this week, knocking off number 23 Spring Arbor by a final of 73-67 here on the home floor this afternoon. That moves the Trojans to 4-6 on the year and 2-1 here in the Crossroads League play. They're now an even 2-2 here on the home floor. We're back to wrap this one up on the Ivanhoe's postgame show after this commercial break.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You gotta have the music that you listeners to listen to.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Welcome back here to Odell Arena, Ivanhoe's post-game show. This is Rick Johnson as Taylor defeats their second-ranked team in a row, and in this week they knocked off number 5 Marion, the previously undefeated Knights, on Tuesday. They defeat number 23 Spring Arbor here this afternoon by a final of 73-67. Taylor had a largest lead of 15 back in that first half. SAU led by no more than 1. That was early on in the first half. Taylor took control from there. We had no lead changes after the first half. We had no ties. We had 4 lead changes in total. Shooting percentages today, Taylor shot the ball great in the first half, connecting on 53% of their shots. They finished the game shooting 48% from the floor after that average dropped down to 40 after halftime. Taylor shot 50% from 3, 9 of 18, and they made 14 of their 20 free throws for a 70% percentage. They made 14 of 19 in the second half after going 0 of 1 in the first. For Spring Arbor, they finished the day shooting 38% from the field. They really just could not get themselves going. They came in shooting 51% as a team and 41% from 3. They were really bad from three-point range today. They were 4 of 24, and that number obviously a little bit inflated on the attempts after being down and trying to get back into the game late there in that second half. So they finished 17% from behind the arc. And from the line today, SAU was 13 of 17 for 77%. Individual scoring, each team had 2 double-figure scores. Each team had 1 guy get to 20. And Brandon Durnell had himself a game and a half today. He finished with a career-high 26 points. He also finished with a double-double with 11 rebounds. The 11 boards was also tops in the game to go along with his game-high scoring total of 26. He came in averaging 15 and 7 this season. The 11 rebounds are also 2 off of his career high. The 26 points is a new career high, surpassing his former career high by 4. He was 10 of 15 from the floor, 10 of 13 from 2-point range, and 6 of 8 from the line. Paul Marindet was the only other SAU player in double figures. He had 17 points, 6 of 15 from the floor, 6 of 13 from 2-point range. Tom Hamilton had 8, but then no one else had more than 5 for SAU today. Luke Barber had 5, Welch had 2, DeWilt had 3 on the first possession of the game, Kaminsky had 2, and then Robinson, Cottingham, Cade, and Cluster all held scoreless. For the Trojans, their scoring was distributed a lot more evenly. They had 2 players in double figures. Ryan Robinson had a team-high 21 on 7 of 16 shooting. Ryan had 15 of his 21 in the first half. And Mason Degenkolb came alive in the second, scoring 10 of his 16 points after halftime. He also hit clutch free throws down the stretch, going 6 of 6. The big difference for Taylor between SAU, each team, as we mentioned, only had 2 double-figure scores. The difference was the scoring distribution. The Trojans had 6 players score at least 6 points today. Boatin with 6, Miranda and Pena with 8, Hagelin with 9, Hubbard with 2. He was plagued with fouls all day. McLeod had 3, and Evan Crow was held scoreless before fouling out. We'll take a break, come back, we'll hear from the head coach of the Trojans, Josh Andrews, after this commercial break.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Welcome back to the Ivanhoe's postgame show. Rick Johnston and the head coach Josh Andrews joining us now. And you win your second game in a row. You knock off your second straight ranked opponent. Why was your team successful today in getting the win over Spring Arbor?
Yeah, we made some timely shots when we had to.
and we're gritty enough to defend them and bother them in stretches. I thought we did just enough. Maybe a little bit of making some big shots at times created some separation. I don't know that I could say we did enough things right. As a team, I think the guys felt that. We had some blunders or some just mental miscues there that kept them around. But they're a really good team, and we won, so we're proud of the guys.
Ryan comes back, bouncing back from that 4 of 14 performance on Tuesday night. He goes 7 of 16 today, and he was really going there. He scored 9 points in a row, 1 point, and 11 of 13 for your guys in a stretch there in the first half. When he gets going like he did, he kind of that look in his eye, got a couple shots to drop, and then he just started pushing the ball every time he had.
Yeah.
What's that like to sit back and watch that from court level?
Sure. No, it makes the coaching easy, so we like that. When he's doing those things and he gets hot and in spurts, and hopefully we got some guys that do that at times. It creates a little separation, makes the game a little bit easier. He made good decisions during that stretch as well. When we've had a guy hot, we've been able to ride him and do the right things. Our guys play together well, and making that work for our team. So good for Ryan, good for our team.
Vincent Miranda had just 8 points today, but he had 7 in the first half on some electrifying plays, a lot of spin moves. He had one where I think if he would have spun it in, the roof would have blown off the joint. Yeah. When you get and we talked about it before you came over, you get 6 guys scoring at least 6 points, 5 score at least 8. When you get that distribution, how dangerous can that make your team going forward?
Yeah, our scoring is becoming more balanced, which of course we like. The floor is spread that way, and guys we've tried to talk about being patiently aggressive. We have enough guys that can shoot it in. It's just picking the right shots and making the other team work, and they're getting there. We're still a work in progress, but very proud of our guys to get a second win. Again, like you said, a ranked opponent, but it's a very good team we beat.
Why are you so successful defensively? They came in shooting 51% from the floor, 41% from 3. You held them to 38% from the field and 4 of 24 from long range.
Yeah. I hope, Rick, that's our guys doing the right things. Our guys have been so committed to doing the right things, and I praise them for that. They had some really good looks that didn't go down the stretch. I thought the ball bounced our way a tad today, and that's a credit to Spring Arbor. I think they're that good. Hopefully the way we're playing on the other end and we're wearing them down a bit, I'd like to think that's part of it. But our guys are defending. They're doing good things, and that'll give us a chance to be in every game and have a chance to close it out and be tough enough to win.
You have a tough road game on Tuesday, and then you're coming back here on Friday for something called Silent Night. Have you ever heard of this thing?
Yeah, it'll be. And we got to worry about Tuesday.
Worry about Tuesday.
Can't wait. Friday's the best, but we got a big one Tuesday.
Good luck on Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Rick. Appreciate it.
That's the head coach Josh Andrews joining us here on the postgame show. We're back to wrap it up after this.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
One last time here inside Odell Arena, here on the Ivanhoe's post-game show. Taylor victorious over number 23 Spring Arbor by a final of 73-67. The win by the Trojans also snaps the 9-game winning streak for SAU and gives the Cougars just their second loss this season. Their first loss, as we mentioned in the pregame show, was on October 26th when they beat then number 7 Cornerstone. The 9-game win streak for SAU tied a program record, and it was tied for the longest active streak in the country. Big numbers that we didn't have a chance to get to before the head coach, Josh Andrews, sat down with us. Points of the paint went in the way of SAU today, 34-22. But the bench scoring is what helped Taylor out massively today. They outscored the SAU reserves 22-9, and all 22 points came from 3 different players, 8 from Miranda, 6 from Watton, and 8 from Pena. We'll also keep our eyes on how Emmanuel does. He went down with that left knee injury there in the second half. We hope all the best for Emmanuel, and we hope he is ready to go when the Trojans return to the floor on Tuesday when they hit the road to take on the Foresters of Huntington before coming back here on Friday to take on Grace Christian and a little basketball game you might have heard called Silent Night. It'll be a lot of fun on Friday, as you heard the coach mention, they got to focus on Tuesday first, and then we'll have a lot of fun on Friday. So, if you can't make it, if you don't have a ticket, we recommend that you watch our broadcast on Friday for Silent Night. The 22nd annual Silent Night game should be a lot of fun. We thank Emily, we thank Liam for their hard work today, and we'll talk to you folks on Friday. Final score today from here inside Odell Arena. Taylor defeats number 23 Spring Arbor to pick up their second straight win and their second straight win over a ranked opponent. Final today was 73-67. Here inside Odell Arena and right here on the Trojan Sports Network. Have a great rest of your weekend. Good night from Upland, Indiana.